I think 8 hours might be pushing it.
Okay.
Yeah, are you going to do the intro? What are you doing?
Nothing at all at the moment.
No, for God's sake.
Right.
We are such professionals.
Oh, we're consummate professionals. Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right. Hello, people. Welcome to Vape Talk UK. As you can see, Mark is not here because he is a slacker. And we're doing it a slightly different way. So I apologize. Whoa. Where have I gone?
Yeah, what have you done? Yeah, well, I thought you would. I was waiting to see what was going on. Why your screen had gone? Have you accidentally turned your video off?
I might have done.
Yeah,
no, I haven't.
No.
No, I haven't.
Oh no, there you go. Oh no, you've gone. You there? I can see you at the bottom. Great.
Oh, it's going so well.
This is going brilliantly. This is.
Am I back again? What's going on? Every time it flicks to me, it disappears.
The little thumbnail just seems to be a picture of you. What happens if you press your camera button on the bottom of the screen? Oh yeah, we get the VT UK logo. Awesome. Now put it back on again. See if you come back.
I did.
And you don't.
Oh man.
Oh, this is awesome. Right, welcome to Vape Talk UK, and he's back. He's back.
Hey, something happened.
Okay. There you go. See, it was the magic words.
Yes. So basically, because Mark owns all the software that we normally use, it's going to be flicking like an absolute hissy fit. And
we're
also
back on the Hangouts.
And we're back on Hangouts.
Yeah.
It's going well. How are we all doing?
Awesome. We've got we're missing Mark. Chris is having he's having a gastric band fitted, so hence he's not here. So hopefully we will see Chris next week as a shadow of his former self.
Yes, and by shadow you mean a gravestone in the ground.
Well, no, just kind of. Yeah, no, he'll probably be exactly the same as normal. It's fine.
And we are joined by a wonderful guest today. This is Mr. Mark. How you doing?
I'm good.
Dab! Like it.
I'm not too bad. Like, how's everyone? All good? All good in the hood?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Fantastic. Awesome. Do they make bands that big? That's amazing. Maybe. Right. So now we've got past A, the technical difficulties, because that's a staple.
Yes.
And B, saying hi.
Yes.
Let's get straight down to what we're vaping, because
I was going to say the next staple is the fact that we have got no content whatsoever, and we are making it up as we go along.
No. We have absolutely chock-a-block.
We've got loads of content. We've got loads of stuff to be going through, and I was really looking forward to doing the Vaping 101 with Chris, but I feel that we can't really do it without him here.
No, it's fair enough.
The new segment that he started last week, which you missed, didn't you, Kaz? Did you see that?
No.
It's kind of like Room 101, but vaping things.
Fair enough.
So I'll leave that one for Chris next time. So
sounds good.
Go on then, Kaz. What are you vaping on?
So at the moment, I've been vaping all sorts of things all week. Everything's burnt out. Everything needs re-wicking, and everything's empty or run out of battery. So I am currently vaping. The only thing that is working is my Vulcan Mech, and I have got the good old Own Baked. Oh, off he goes. I've got good old Own Baked apple and rhubarb crumble, which if you haven't tried, you absolutely should, because it's probably one of the best dessert vapes I've ever had. Other than that, literally everything else. I mean, this little pod that I always use, burnt. This squonk setup, empty. And the rest of it's packed away still. So yeah, wonderful. But what I am vaping on is utterly lush, and I'm very, very happy to be vaping it. What about yourself, Mark? What are you vaping on, man?
I've just got a Hellfire V6 with a dwarf on the top of it.
A Hellfire, nothing to make us jealous then.
Just a wee 350 tube with I've got some gin and tonic crack in it.
Nice.
And then I've got a squonker.
That looks.
That's a Darwin Mods Curve S. It's the new. It's a click fit one. You can see just make out the light behind the button there.
That is filthy.
So it's got the 5 on and off.
Yeah, I've got the Hussar on that with some Reason by Premise. It's
Nice.
strawberry, acai, and coconut milk, and it's delicious.
That sounds amazing.
That does actually sound quite nice.
And that's all I'm vaping tonight. What about you, Chandler?
Me, haha. I have actually I've got a new mod that is going to make you all completely jealous. So much so that I'm going to show you my other one first. So I've been vaping on this all week. So rather than it sit on my desk and just get used at home, this has been going everywhere with me this week.
Brilliant.
So I've got my Mark Dacus Squonker, and on the top I've got the Eden Mods Salix RDA.
How is it?
I've been using it with the single coil with the airflow wide open, but I've now put the cassette in and I've got mouth to lung airflow. I've actually managed, this is the first time I've managed to get a mouth to lung setup that works on a unregulated device. So with the help of some 26 gauge Canfol and steam engine.
Was that coming out 0.8 or something?
It's around about 0.6.
Okay.
0.65, something like that. And yeah, mouth to lung, it's great.
Is it anything like the Berserker?
I never. That was the. I had a Berserker. I had a Berserker RDA and did not get to grips with it whatsoever. I didn't manage to get a build in it that I liked. It got about 4 or 5 different cassettes with it. I couldn't find one of those that I liked with it either. So I gave up with it. Whereas this one, I just popped in. They've got a smaller. They've got a smaller cassette as well, one with a smaller airflow, which is really when you draw on it. So if you like tight airflow, you can get really tight airflow out of that as well. Plus you can buy a blank cassette that you can drill out yourself. So yeah, I've been loving that one. And I've also bought a new mod, which is, are you ready for this?
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Check that bad boy.
The mod-defined Draco 200 watt with a now this is where you know it's live because we've got the time on there as well. There you go. See, so you know what time it is. There you go. In my mirrored image, it's 10 to 4.
I don't know whether I'm disgusted or amazed.
Look, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't necessarily one of my first choice. I was after a regulated mod because obviously I've got a few tanks that I've kind of got back into. I've got the Rose 3. I was thinking I need a tank. I need a regulated mod, something that's going to be a nice beater I can take around to work with me. My Smock X-Cube Mini has a clock on the top, and I liked that. And then Jimmy said, "What you want is this Draco with this huge feck-off screen and a giant clock." I'm like, "You sure?" So I watched Mark. So I'm blaming Mark Todd for this as well. I watched Mark Todd's review, and he actually said it's all right. I quite like it. So yeah, I bought it. Do you know, Badger's just put, did I buy it because it looks a bit TARDIS-like? I didn't realise that. It does look a bit TARDIS-like, doesn't it?
You can never unsee that now.
You can't. Now it's just like, it's a TARDIS. Oh, no, I hadn't seen that before. There you go. And actually, I'm quite liking it. 200 watt. It's just a regulated mod. It's nice and substantial in the hand. It is a little bit on the tall side maybe, but that suits me nicely. I've got big paws.
I take
oh,
it
look.
that's a dual battery one, is it?
Yeah. You've got the flip it out at the
Uh,
bottom and put your 2 batteries in. When I saw it, I thought it looked really big, but it's a lot. As with most mods, when you see them on a screen, it's a lot smaller when you get it in your hand.
I've just realised that I've asked the world's most stupid question when you said it was a 200-watt device, and I asked you if it was a twin battery. You would do well to get that out of a single 18650.
Well, yeah, that's true, but yeah, no, it's good. And you've got this stupidly large screen on the front, which is just bonkers, but it actually works quite well when you start getting into the.
But have they made use of the screen real estate? That's the real question.
It depends. I mean, if you look at that, where it's can you see where it says 40 watts in the middle?
No.
Oh yeah, it's in the middle.
There we go. That's what I just want to see is a massive block 40, just like huge, like fill up the whole screen.
Fill up the whole screen. It does have options for if I can function it while I'm live. You can actually change the themes on it. So if I switch that theme to the other one, there we go.
Can you get Snake 2 on it?
It would be no. I wish you could. There you go. That is slightly bigger.
Yeah, there we go. But still unnecessary graphics. Just one big
unnecessarily, and it's got these funny animations where it spins that actually are not informative whatsoever. But it looks pretty. I'm actually waiting to see what happens. They're bringing a firmware update, and I'm wondering, it would be great if you could put your own graphics in the background, because at the moment you can't.
That seems like a fairly basic thing.
That does seem like a fairly basic thing. And no, I need to go back and go into the. You have to select the wattage to be able to turn it up. You don't just press the button.
Someone's joined us in the chat.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Dolan. You're supposed to be just down here somewhere. Here.
Yeah.
Where are you? What are you doing? He's shopping, apparently, from what I've heard.
Yep.
He needs to come on so he can say bare clouds, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, and it's made by Mod Defined, and that is effectively it's Lost Vape, but not with a DNA board.
And do you need your vape budget hands for that?
40. Jimmy will know, because it was Jimmy that told me $49.99, if I believe.
See, that's about standard for a 2-battery mod nowadays.
Yeah, I mean it's a bargain, and it feels so substantial, and it feels like it's built like a brick. So I feel like I've suddenly turned into a mainstream vapor.
Not quite.
Well, especially as I've got the Horizon Tech Falcon on the top.
Fair enough.
So
you're well mainstream now.
With mesh coils.
Triply mainstream.
Oh yes. So there you go. And I had to get matchy, so blue tank and blue mod.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah. Normally I'd go for black or silver, so there you go. Right, that's enough of me waffling on about my ridiculously mainstream mod.
Well, I'd like to start off the random conversations that we tend to have with a small observation. Now, I spent the last week on the island of Majorca, which was lovely. It was lovely and hot. And
that's it.
Rub it in, yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw a surprising amount of people vaping, right? However, there is one vape shop on the whole island. It's fucking tiny, and it mostly sells starter pens, kits, and over-the-top expensive premium juice. Like, we're talking 23, 24 euros for a 50ml short fill.
Really?
Yeah. Expensive.
Okay. Is this shop? Are there some kind of backstreet shops that the general tourists don't know about, or
not really? Because I've been going there for years, so I know most of the backstreet areas and where that sort of thing would be. Now, it's not like it's so regulated that people. Well, I mean, it is technically under the TPD, but they just don't give a fuck out there. So It's essentially what it is. I mean, these people must just be ordering it online and getting it shipped in, because I've been in this shop. It's overly expensive. They don't really have a lot. The odd smart kit, they have a few as modus bits, but the rest of it's VIP or socialites sort of gubbins. So it's just really curious that I noticed so many people vaping, and yet there's only one tiny vape shop on the island, which is a pain in the ass to get to. It's in the middle of the city, but it's not easily to get to in the middle of the city. That's in there. So it was just a curious observation. The other thing is they're everywhere. Let you vape inside everywhere. So double bonus. Yeah, really. They didn't like
clouds, bro, or mouth to lung.
I didn't take the piss, so I didn't try.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
But bars didn't care. Restaurants didn't care. Supermarkets didn't really care. So.
I've got visions of you wandering around filling up a trolley with general stuff, just bellowing clouds in the middle of the aisle.
We can only dream.
Where about in Mallorca was that?
Well, I was staying up on the northwest, in Solia, but the vape shop's in Palma.
I've been to Porto Palenza quite a few times.
Yeah, right up in the northeast.
Yeah,
it's lovely up there. Absolutely lovely up there. It's a bit of a drive if you don't take the direct roads, but it's lovely. I think Ian's just leaving or throwing things around. He didn't hear me say that.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say that because I didn't have my headphones on. What did you say?
You're just throwing things around.
Oh yeah, sorry. Was it making a banging noise?
A little bit. No, that's fine. Yeah, so it's just really interesting to see that, vaping is on, even though it was on an island, it's still, it's in Europe more than we in our little echo chamber of the UK seem to believe it is. I saw a lot of people vaping a lot of not only high-end devices, but things like Nautilus, Smok devices, mechs, all sorts. It's almost like it's no different.
I found it quite interesting when I was on holiday, because we went round. We went on a cruise, darling. So we went around a couple of. We went around France, Portugal, South Spain, and then back again. And Lisbon, in the middle of Lisbon, there were people vaping in the streets, walking around. I saw people vaping, so it was round and about. I saw genuine nata, so the Portuguese custard tart. That was quite nice. But in Lisbon, I did not see a vape shop at all.
Must be online then, I guess, or tourists.
Did not see it. I don't know whether it's just purely because the rent in Lisbon was too high or what. I don't know, but
fair enough.
I don't know. I didn't see any. I saw tobacconists, and I thought, oh, tobacconists, they might have vape stuff. Nope, it was all cigarette-y stuff. So, but I didn't see. But Amsterdam, it's all over the place.
Yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere. Head shops, definitely. You can buy anything.
I did find a place though that it's literally just called Cannabis, and they sell
really
CBD cannabis. Which was very curious. And then everything you could ever imagine with big ganja leaves all over it. But yeah, they sold all cookies and all sorts of things. But then yeah, they sold them. I mean, it looked so suspect because they had it kind of under a shady counter, and they were like, yeah, they're talking about it in grams and like this, and this. But it was just CBD cannabis. So it is obviously a legal, easy to get thing out there. And they must have had 3 or 4 branches just within the same street. This one shop. So weird. But never mind.
Yeah. So
what have you seen in your week of vaping then, Mark?
Not a great deal. The last few days have been a bit of a blur. It was my birthday on Sunday, so I started drinking on Saturday, and then this morning I've been feeling really pretty unwell, but
self-induced.
Yeah. I haven't seen all that much actually, to be honest with you. That's a bit disappointing, but yeah, just people buying all the usual stuff. All the sort of groups that I'm in, you just see this kind of same old stuff all the time, and
Yeah.
haven't really seen anything new coming out or anything like that. So pretty boring week, to be honest.
Yeah, no, agreed. I did see a lot of reviews come out this week on the Lost Vape Orion. I know Grimm's just dropped a review on it, which was interesting. Because Lost Vape decided to turn a pod device into a DNA device, which I feel is maybe a little bit overkill.
Yeah, I kind of saw the price of it. I looked at it and thought, that looks awesome. I want one of those.
But not for 80 quid.
And then saw how much it was and went, okay, what coils does it take? And then went, no, they're bespoke pods.
That's sorry. That Orion thing or whatever it's called, I don't understand what it's for. Because I saw a video of a guy this morning who was chucking bare clouds with it.
Clouds with an Orion.
Yeah, I mean, it was properly lung hitting this pod system.
What?
But why? I can't understand why you would go for something as small and stealthy as a pod, but lung hit it and chuck bare clouds with it.
I mean, maybe it gives you that option. So,
what's the adjustment on it?
Is
it like a 200 DNA 250 or something?
Mark Dolan in the chat has just said it depends on the coils you use, and it's $4.99 for a pair of coils, which is actually cheaper than things like the Mi Pods, which is £8, £9 for a pair of coils. Now,
I saw. Do you mean the pods? I was going to say when I looked, it was the place I looked at. I obviously didn't look around for it, but I saw them $9.99 for a pair. So I obviously found somewhere selling them a little bit more than.
Yeah, but people are going to just, if they can get away with charging £8-9 for the Mi Pods, they can get away with charging £8-9 for the coils for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was talking to a friend of mine who's been eyeing one up for a while, and he reckons it's something to do with the DNA. It's a different type of temperature control. It means your coils last 3-4 times as long. This is what he said. These are his words. And it could... it makes that difference. So maybe if you can get these big lung hits off of it by just opening the airflow, great. If not, then I'd want it to be a really sophisticated mouth to lung vape for 80, 70 quid, whatever it is.
I just think if you're going to lung hit something and chuck bare clouds with it, why would you not just use a normal 18650 tube or a squonker or a regulated mod with a tank?
Well, exactly.
I think if you're going to have something small and discreet, then the whole point is so you can have a discreet vape. But that's just my thoughts on it.
No, I'm in agreement. And
I mean, did he put in chat buy a Zel2? It looks similar, which it does, and it's 30 quid.
It is 30 quid.
And isn't that the one doesn't that one take the which one is it that takes the Nautilus coils? There's one.
You're thinking of the Nautilus AIO?
Am I thinking of the AIO?
Possibly. The Zel2 is good though. I mean, the selling point on that is just that that ultra magnetic
cap. Yeah,
you can't ever get off. That it was inevitable, but Smok have also dropped a pod device. So
is that the one that looks like the Jewel?
A little bit, yeah. I read their marketing on it though. They said this is a nice, discreet little vape, but airier than most of your mouth to lung, so you can still get a good lung hit. It's like, what market are you going for with this? Do you want it to be a cloud chucker, or do you want it to be a mouth to lung? But in Smok's normal ethos is they just can't decide what they want to be, so they do everything and fuck it up.
Well, I tried the Smok pen in e-cigs, and that pen thing looks like a blue Jewel, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, vapes quite nicely.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. It was way better than the blue. In a knocks the blue into a cocked hat. The Von Earl
now
thing.
You guys are obviously on quite a lot of vaping Facebook groups. Have you seen the discount code where you can pick up one of them blue pods for £1?
Oh, that was on ages ago. Are they doing that again?
It's still going.
It's still going.
The bit I love is that they don't tell you that the pods, and you only get 2 in a pack, are $5.99, and and they last about a day.
Yeah, I got. I paid. It was when they were first releasing them. We all. Chris got one. Mark got one. We all bought one for £1, and you got the blue kit, and three boxes of. I've got about 8 pods. Came with it.
So it's not
For
just
£1.
the device.
Well, I don't know whether they're doing the same thing now. Whether it's just the device and a couple of pods. But you've got the device with a couple of pods, and you've got 3 packs of 2 different flavors came with it, which is great. But I figured out how to kill a blue. Basically, no, I left it in my car in the middle of summer. Juice pissed out of the pod, and
killed it.
There you go. Dead blue.
But we weren't expecting much, were we?
Well, no. But there we are. So, such is life. I'm not going to buy a replacement, but if anybody wants any pods, I've still got about 5 left.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What other crazy things have I seen? The BBC still can't make up their mind as to whether they think vaping's good or bad.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever will. Like, just
they try and sit on the fence.
So what were you saying, Mark?
I think you won't ever see the BBC making up their mind. They kind of have to bat for all teams, don't they?
But also, I would rather that they chose a stance based on fact rather than flip-flopping between the information that happens to be present at that time.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah. I don't watch a whole bunch of the news. They just tell you a lot of shite anyway.
It's generally these articles that I just see pop up on various Facebook groups. There was that one with that girl in the States apparently blew a hole in herself with a vape device. I don't know how, because it's in her side.
That one, yeah. Mark, we discussed this last week. Mark put a picture on his, put a picture up of it. Yeah, she'd got a bit. Don't know what she was doing with it.
Who knows? See, I didn't watch a lot of last week, and I've been away out of the world for a little week, so I'm trying to catch up a little bit on what's going on.
Yeah.
She probably had a bit of James Bond action going on with some loose batteries and change and keys and.
Yeah, I would imagine that is exactly what happened. But no one ever admits to having a battery in their pocket with keys and change and metal lipsticks and things.
Of course they don't. Of course they don't. Right. So what I'm going to do is people in the chat ask a few questions and we will answer them and talk about them, because I think that's a good place to start. If anyone else, right? I think I did this the week before last.
I was going to say I was going to ask your opinion, because I've seen something in the news.
Okay.
Have you seen about Chicago? No. Right. Okay. I'm not going to go into this in too much detail. But let me just share my screen. That one. There we go. Share. There we go. So basically, Chicago the mayor has put some more taxes onto vaping products.
Excellent.
They're looking at banning flavors, but he's also increased the tax from to $1.50 per mil.
What the fuck?
Per mil. That makes a $10 bottle of e-juice cost $53.50.
That's disgusting.
It's like more than the cost of 4 packs of cigarettes. Yeah. It's
I'm
like
reading that quote there. It says we need to counter marketing to prohibit youth access, and I'm committed to expand restrictions on e-cigarettes. Surely the way you go through that is through the vendors making sure that they are doing their ID checks the same way that you don't see them putting the price of booze through the roof just to prohibit youth access.
Nope.
But they have very
don't.
strong laws on vendors and who they can and can't sell to.
Yeah. So
Dual pods are more than $25.
yeah, a pack of 4 dual pods is $25 because
you know
of the tax.
You know what they're going to do? They're just going to ship in from out of state. I mean, that's purely it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know how that. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works because it's purely just that state. You buy them in state and you pay taxes. I don't know whether because they have different states have different cigarette taxes as well, don't they?
Yes, they do. I don't know what the American laws are as far as shipping stuff from across state borders. I mean, I know in Australia, the Prime Minister in Australia has just put the price of a pack of fags up to the best part of like $20 to $30 Australian, which is, you know, adding 6 or 7, the equivalent of £6 or £7 to the price of a packet of fags to put people off buying them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can understand, but when you're taxing the hell out of something that's supposed to be better for you, I just don't know what. Poor old America seem to have this huge anti-vaping thing going off, and everybody going Juul. All the kids are vaping Juuls, and I probably shouldn't say Juul because we'll get the bloody video banned by YouTube. But
this is the thing, right? Is we don't understand so much in the UK because it's not so prevalent, but in the States, most of the lobbyists are owned by the tobacco companies. You know, tenfold on what they are here.
Yeah, I suppose we don't see as much of the tobacco companies over here, I suppose, as you do over there, because they can still advertise, can't they, in magazines and whatnot?
Exactly.
Okay, they can't advertise on television, but they can advertise on in magazines.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think the Yanks can keep their laws. I think we're quite lucky to live in the UK, where the UK seems to be a bit more understanding than everyone else, a bit more sort of welcoming with vaping, as you will.
100%. And actually, leading off exactly what you've just said, Badger's talking about Stoptober. Now, the Stoptober campaign has almost exclusively dropped most of the mainstream cessation products in favour of pushing vaping.
That's awesome.
I read a lot of their materials a week or two ago where they did sort of do it last year, but this year it seems they're putting quite a lot of weight into vaping and promoting vapor products as the Stoptober medium for giving up. So, like you said, Mark, you know, we're a lot more understanding here in the UK. I mean, I know some NHS hospitals are actually thinking about implementing vape rooms.
Awesome.
Because what they've discovered is that the stress caused from not being able to smoke to a recovering outpatient actually increases their recovery time. And even if, I mean, it would be a case of the hospital supply the vapor product, whether it be like a little pen or a throwaway thing, and they could go to this room and use it, and it would de-stress them. And when you're stressed, healing and being in pain is just a whole world of horribleness.
Yeah.
I know Nottingham Hospital now allow it on the grounds, and I think a few others allow it on their grounds. And if you look at travel insurance, if you look at health insurance, and if you look at hospital, a lot of people who have like their doctor's records, if they vape, they're considered non-smokers across the board.
Yes, I found that when I went for I'm old, so I had to go and have a health check. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Do you smoke?" No. I vape. And she went, "That's fine. How long have you been using that? 7 years." Well, in that case, you're classed as a non-smoker.
Hey.
I was like, really? Yep. So there you go. So yeah, they do class it now as a non-smoker.
That's pretty cool. Like.
Sorry, we've got a special guest just joined us.
He kind of looks like one of those, you know, those hats you can buy that has a beard attached to it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It looks a bit like Rip Trippers.
Can you say RDTA in a really kind of? He's gone.
Gone.
Oh, Man,
I just wanted him to say chucking tits.
RDA.
I don't know why he disappeared so quickly and said nothing.
He didn't say anything. He just kind of stalked on like a.
He just wants us to know he's there.
Yeah. It's the vaping Taliban sneaking in and causing havoc.
But like we were saying, I think in the UK, despite the TPD mess and despite all of that, I think the institutions that matter, i.e., things like Stoptober, the NHS, even local doctors, pharmacies, etc., see vaping as something that is good outside of all the political bullshit that comes with it.
Yes, very much so. It's taken a while for them to get there.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, because we had all the usual arguments that seem to resurface every now and again, but they seem to have gone away because they get debunked.
Yeah.
And our wonderful royal physicians seem to be doing a great job.
That's the thing with the scientific community in the UK, is that something comes around, they look into it, and we're quite reactive with that. If there's a myth that comes out that becomes quite mainstream, they're reactive in either proving it or disproving it, I've found, rather than just sort of shuffling it under the carpet.
Yeah, they actually do objective stuff and go, well, actually, what's the truth behind it?
And they're not funded by anyone other than potentially central government or charity. So that means they've got no agenda.
Hopefully. But it seems to be that way at the moment. So yeah. Stoptober. So were you doing anything in your shop, Kaz?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I've been out of the loop for a week and a bit, so I couldn't tell you. You've only
got 5 days, 6 days.
6 days. I'll find
less
out
than a week.
Next week.
Less than a week, and then it's Stoptober.
Yeah.
I went to a vape meet. I think it was last year, and it was down in Sunderland, and it was part of the Stoptober last year. And one of I can't remember the chap's name, but they basically organised 50 e-leaf eye care set, brand new, all sealed and everything, brand new, to give away in the raffle. So every ticket you bought for £1, if you won, you would get given this e-leaf eye care that you were to pass on to a smoker, or you could bring a smoker along, and not to sort of preach to them about giving up the fags and whatever else, but just to introduce them to different bits of gear and let them check things out. But it was pretty cool that they had 50 eye cares to give away. Like,
that's good, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
You doing anything in the shop for Stoptober, Mark?
We are
doing something.
We are doing. I'll be honest about it. We're doing vibes for a tenner.
All right, cool.
Was that painful to say?
It was.
You're obviously overstocked on vipes then.
No, I purposely brought them in for the very reason. We tested a lot of the pod systems. We tested a lot of we've tested a lot, and the best one that we liked was the Vape system. The blues didn't quite hit it. The pod system was not great, but the Vape one, yeah, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think the retail on them, the retail's either 20 or 30 quid. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I've got 50.
That you're gonna just
50, 100. I can't remember what we've got that are going to be a tenner.
But the point is, elitism aside, if it gets people off smoking, that's entirely the point. You know, you can't bring brand elitism into that.
No, absolutely, absolutely, and that's what we're doing it for. We're doing it for the Stop Smoking campaign. You know, if I can get 100 people, You see, for me, a lot of people, a lot of our customers are all driven by price. So one of the things, and this is something that Paul Harrison and I were talking about, was, you know, making it suit their pocket. If they come in, they've walked in, they've made that first step, they want to stop smoking. They'll come in, they take away a starter kit with 2 pods and the kit for 10 quid. Right?
Perfect.
If they give those 2 pods a week, I've saved them 50 quid. If they don't like it, if they don't get on with it, if it's not for them, put it in the bin. I've still saved you 50 quid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, I think most vape shops, the bread and butter is that you've got people coming in wanting to stop smoking. If you've got something at that 20 quid price point that's half decent, you're on a winner, aren't you?
There's not that many, apart from the ones that are owned by tobacco companies, are obviously trying to swamp the market.
Yeah.
We've had the blue guys in. I actually had a rep come in to head office, not to the shop. A rep from BAT, and you know, it's not his fault. It's not his issue. It's his job. But he was he did come from a tobacco background.
Mm.
He was selling fags to corner shops, and he came in, and I said, with all due respect, you know, BAT are cunts. They've spent the past 5 years trying to discredit vaping, and now they want a piece. And that's what fucks me off. And he says, Mark, I completely agree with you. I completely understand, you know, at least you've taken the time to sit down and meet with me and explain what your issues are. And you've been polite about it. I didn't think I'd been polite, to be fair, but the way he was.
I would imagine he gets a few people telling him to just fuck off.
Yeah, he does. He says he's had people literally pick him up and throw him out the shop.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm pretty sure that's the sort of thing Riyadh would do.
Yeah.
The thing is, I know in my shop specifically, I've got maybe 2 or 3 kits that we sell all day, every single day. And I would say now we're at a point where 70% of our customers who buy them is because someone they know has that kit and they know it. They've got someone who can help them with it if it goes wrong. They've got someone they can pinch coils off if it goes wrong.
What
we're looking.
That, Cass?
Pardon?
What kit's that?
The POC-X.
POC-X. You see, I would not sell the POC-X as a starter kit.
No, we didn't originally, but it's kind of gone that way. The way we sort of say to people, and this isn't so much of a selling tactic as just the truth, is that for the cost of 2.5 packs of fags and a little bit for your juice, you're looking at possibly the best part of 2 months of vaping, and you'll know you've got your money within 2, 3, 4 days, and you'll know whether you like it by that point or not. Now, we didn't originally set out to start selling that as a starter kit, but it sort of became one. We've also got things like the Joytech IO Eco kit. I've got one of those.
Perfect starter kit. Perfect starter kit.
Absolutely love it, right? It's the same price as the Kanga. Do you remember the Kanga EVOD kit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, yeah.
But I think it's better. Firstly, I think it's less of a faff because there's less bits to accidentally unscrew, and it's easier to use.
It's a true mouth to lung. It's not too warm because I find the Joytech stuff very warm.
Yes, and it doesn't spit at you, and on top of that, it doesn't feel like you're vaping a silk cup. You know, you suck until you're blue in the face. And it's USB charge, not that sodding screw-in ego charge.
Oh yeah, that screw-in thing. Yes, that mine always turned green.
Yeah. But the thing is with the POC-X, we never set out to sell that as a starter kit. We set that out to someone who wanted to upgrade from a starter kit, or someone who had vaped before but just wanted something to use in their car because they couldn't vape cloudy stuff in their car. As it turns out, it works perfectly as a starter kit.
Have you tried the new Nautilus AIO?
I haven't tried it yet. No, we got it in I think the shop got it in the week I was away. So
again, another one that is a true mouth to lung.
But I love the Nautilus coils. I mean, I've got a K3 that I use all day, every day, and it's perfect. So hopefully, the Nautilus coil is one of the best stock coils available to buy that has ever been available to buy.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys ever tried the drizzle?
No.
Drizzle.
There's a shop that I visit in Glasgow, and they sell a little kit called the drizzle. It's like a little...
The Vaporesso, isn't it?
It might well be. It's like a little sort of stainless steel eagle pen. It has a little sort of clearomizer tank on the top. But they're supposed to be really good. I think it takes the Joytech 1 ohm and the 0.5 coils, I think.
Is it...
I could be wrong.
Is it that one?
That's the one.
I just
See,
put...
that looks a bit like the one that you showed me the other day, Mark. Is it the Berserker kit?
I think the drizzle might only be like 16 or 18 millimeters.
Let's see if yeah, I'm not looking on GearBest.
Choose a picture, any picture.
Any picture, that'll do. Let's visit the website and see. I've never heard of VaporMate.
I'm just going to lock you down. There we go.
Product information. Rechargeable. Oh, tell me what size it is. No.
They don't ever do that with starter kits because it's just not important.
It just isn't. You're quite right. 1,000 milliamp battery. That's not too shabby, is it?
But that's what Joytech have done with that Ego, Ico, EO, whatever. It's a 350 mAh battery, but something they've done in the coil means that you get the same battery life as the 1,000 mAh.
Oh, okay. Well, this has got a ceramic coil in it. Look.
Oh god.
Yeah, I thought it was the Joytech ones, but I think Mark's right. It looks like it's Vaporesso that make it.
Scroll at the top there.
Yeah, Vaporesso Vaporesso coils for drizzle tank.
There we go.
So yeah, it's Vaporesso.
Not
and
convinced
Hanson
by it being ceramic.
Yeah, and they're pushing Hanson liquids because obviously if you're on a starter kit, you want to vape Hanson liquids. It's kind of that's got to be done, hasn't it? Really.
One of the biggest selling juices worldwide.
Oh yes,
100%.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've tried a lot of Hanson juice, and actually, some of it is good. It almost pains me to say that, but some of it is good.
They are good juices. They're not.
Don't get me wrong. Some of them are shite.
Oh yeah.
I tried the Hanson Dandelion and Burdock. Oh no, just don't.
They were good enough to get me off the fag, so they couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah. I used to. It was Hanson Black Cherry.
Have you tried that minty gum flavor?
I think that's a no.
I would, because if you're looking for a thin juice that's not going to rip your throat out, even though it is, I think it's 70-30 PG heavy, it's actually really nice flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just looking for something to chuck in a little mouth-to-lung start kit.
Spearminty, I'm assuming.
I don't think you can beat the V4 Vapor. They're 60-40 PG high. And they're on. Absolutely spot on. Cannot fault them in any way, shape or form. $2.99, $4 for a 10 in most places. Jobs are good on.
Juices I started on were all 60-40 PG high.
Yeah. I started on 24 milligram, 50-50 Element Pink Lemonade.
Nice.
In a Kanga sub tank, the big 7 mil thing.
I remember trying Red Bull almost. It was one of my very first ones that I tried. I had some tobacco flavors, obviously, to start with. My first non-tobacco flavor was Red Bull.
Amazing. You think it's going to be incredible, and it's just not.
Well, it actually tasted like Red Bull. It was like, oh, actually, this does taste like Red Bull.
Chandler, what was your first setup that you could blow bare clouds, bro?
That I could blow bare clouds, bro. What was my first direct lung setup? That would be sub tank, Kankatech sub tank.
That's because it was the first sub-ohm tank out, wasn't it? Or
on an iStick 50. Excellent.
Yeah, stick 50.
Oh yes.
Refunds for days.
Oh yeah.
50s were well dodgy, like.
It was good. It lasted. It lasted me ages until the spring went in the 510, and that was me in there trying to. If I prized the pin up with a toothpick, with a cocktail stick, if I prized that pin up, it would make contact and last me until I unscrewed the tank, and then it would just drop back down again, and that was it. I was screwed.
Amazing.
See how you mentioned the sub tank. A lot of people might disagree with me here, but I still rate the sub tank mini as it's a really good tank.
Oh yeah,
that one. I've still got it, and I've still got coils for it.
We were all vaping them, weren't we?
We were all vaping them. Yeah, it'd been in my drawer for a while, and you mentioned it, and I went, "Oh, I've got one here," and then actually went, considering this is God knows how old, it's still pretty bloody good.
Yeah.
See if you use
I've had worse tanks since.
See if you use the little RBA head with a sub tank mini, and just do like 6 or 7 wraps of 27 gauge 316, 2.5 ID. Chuck it down on one hole. It's a fucking brilliant mouth to lung vape. It's really good.
Yeah, I've got the RBA somewhere. I just can't find it. It is kicking around somewhere. I managed to find the RBA for a TF V4, which I seem to remember was entertaining when I tried to put Claptons in it, because it's tiny.
Say that though, I had for the TFV4, I had 5 different RBA bases for that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they released, because I bought this, they called it the Big Coil Family Pack, and it had every coil they did for it, plus every RBA they did for it. So you're looking at a single coil, a big single coil, a quad coil, a triple coil, another one which I like to call the Carousel of Pain, which was a quad vertical coil.
Oh my God.
And then they had a standard velocity style deck, which was just horrendous. But when you got them going, they weren't awful. I mean, Smock peaked at the TFE4.
Yeah, TFV4. I wasn't keen on the drip tip, because the drip tip had got holes in it for extra airflow.
Oh yeah, that was wank. But
which I kind of thought, well, yeah, why do you want airflow in the drip tip? Because you're just sucking in nothing.
Yeah, but it's a mouth crunch trap.
I think the TFV4 was one of the groundbreaking, obviously with the sub tank. The TFV4 was probably one of the first higher wattage tanks that was released. And look at I saw at the beginning of the show what Chandler's vaping tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Horizon Tech. You know, they've been in the game. No.
Oh, sorry. I put it down. That one.
The blue one. Horizon Tech, exactly the same company. And again, is that the
Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Horizon Tech is still producing some reasonably good stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did anyone have a Silo Beast?
The
Silo Beast. What's that? No, I've not heard of that one. And shit, my TFV4 is pissing juice everywhere. I should have realised that. It's been stood in my cupboard for about a month.
Yeah, but that's a feature of it, didn't you know?
Yeah, but it hasn't leaked everywhere. It's only now I've moved it that it's all starting to piss out.
Badge has just confirmed that the Drizzle is an 18mm tank.
Hey, thanks, Badge.
Does anyone remember a few weeks ago I said I'd ordered a chocolate brownie ice cream flavour?
Yeah, no, I don't. I have not got. I've got a memory like a goldfish.
All right.
Nice.
What I'm going to do is, just whilst I do this, let me just... I'm going to be really selfish for a second. Lock me in. There we go. So, all right. Do you want to see what colour it is without nicotine?
Without nicotine. Go on. Oh my God, what colour is that?
You'll be re-wicking every 5 minutes.
Surprisingly not. However, it tastes exactly... You know, like when you buy slightly cheap, really high cocoa content chocolate, and it's kind of got that bitterness, but also that cheap chocolate flavor.
Co-op stuff. Oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't say that. I didn't.
Right. Now it's bang on chocolate. It's really creamy. I've actually got a review plug coming up for it, but it has restored my faith in chocolate vapes again since the golden ticket, because nothing was close to the golden ticket, and this comes pretty doggy chocolate. Yeah, this comes pretty close to the golden ticket. But despite the fact it's basically black, it's not a coil killer. It's just definitely not an all-day vape.
Right.
If you see what I mean. It's just way too heavy to vape all day. But some people are into that. So,
hey, I didn't tell you what I was vaping on. Are you ready for this? Right. Ginger Rogers.
And Raspberry Ripple.
And Raspberry Ripple.
Is that nice?
What I've done is 50-50 mix of both of them in here. And
Nice.
Bizarrely, it is really nice. It's like having a warm slice of Jamaica ginger cake with a dollop of Raspberry Ripple ice cream next to it.
Can you send me a little 10ml bottle of that?
Yeah, of course I can.
That'd be banging to try.
Because I mixed it up for the laugh, just for the laugh. And I've actually realised that I like vaping that more than I like the Raspberry Ripple on its own. So yeah, I'll mix you up 10ml and I'll send it over. I might even put it in a 30ml bottle. How's that?
I can give it more than just a taste test then.
So, has anybody else, just out of interest, mixed a couple of juices together, some obscure, bizarre flavors, just to see what you'd get, and found something half decent?
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Sorry, I mixed a bottle of, is it Cerberus?
Yeah, the custard, Dark Stars custard.
Yeah, I think is it like a marshmallow custard or something?
Yeah, it's a really nice, rich custard.
I mixed half of that with half of 50% real cracker, which was like real crackers for the people that don't know. It's almost tastes a bit like a ginger snap. It's like a graham cracker ginger. It's like those ginger snap biscuits that you get.
Yeah,
but it was amazing. It was like a creamy sort of marshmallowy custard sort of ginger affair. It was delicious.
Awesome. Actually, that does sound quite nice. Knowing what I did try rail cracker because Jimmy was vaping it. He gave me it. I didn't realize it was rail cracker till afterwards, so I couldn't have told you what it tasted like.
A friend of mine accidentally mixed two juices together, didn't realize, and it worked out. It wasn't great, but it was interesting, which was a custard and a peppermint menthol.
Ew, really?
Yeah, actually, if you've never had a cold custard, I'd try it because it's curious.
Cold custard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there we go. What about you, Mark D?
Yes.
What have you mixed?
All sorts. I spend my life doing it.
I was going to say he's the wrong person to ask, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, he is.
Probably infinite amount of failures and only a handful of successes.
What's the best one that you've mixed that you never made?
I never made.
Yeah, that you never turned into a production juice.
Have you got something that you make that's only for you?
Sorry, I just put the laptop on a spoon. Yes, I have a couple of custards that have never been released. I've got one that's just called Crunch. I've got one called VVC, which was Vape Vanilla custard. I've got the creme brulee that one day I will release. One day. I've got Marvelous Medicine.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
That's a black fruits with apricot. Yeah, I've got loads that I could have released that are palatable to me. That for one reason or another they've never ever been released.
You ever mess with tobaccos?
No, no, it's too much of a minefield. I leave the tobaccos to experts.
Fair enough.
Really?
Yeah, with you've got things like the absolute tobaccos that are derived from filtering PG and PG through tobacco leaves.
Oh, proper tobacco.
And that conversation we had briefly before Cass,
Mm-hmm.
that job I was talking about, that's all absolute tobaccos.
Oh, wow. Fair enough. Badger just said, check out one of my videos where I mixed a load of shit juice. Basically, the story behind that is I had a mountain of juice that was either old or half empty or just samples I didn't like. And I got a tumbler glass, right? And I poured a little bit of every single one into this tumbler glass and dripped it and vaped it. So I'm actually going to do a shameless self plug, and in the chat, I'm just going to bang the link to that video because it is hilarious. About 50 liquids went into that.
How bad
You know where you went wrong, don't you?
What's that?
You didn't leave it to mature. If you went back to it now, you would have found the flavors would have blended together a little bit more, and you'd just get those exquisite little hints of detail.
Would you like me to describe it to you?
Yeah, go on.
You know that smell from Vape Expo?
Yes.
Yeah. Mix that with a giant pile of manure, add in terpenes, right? Because I did have a couple of terpenes flavors in there.
Oh no.
Mix it all up, and that's what it was. It's like vaping the smell from Expo in a farm that grows weed.
So it was nice then.
Nice is relative. Yeah, I mean, the video's got some pretty good music to me chucking all this juice in. There's some fucking crazy shit in there. There's stuff that's like 4 years old. There's stuff that's brand new, that just weird flavors I didn't like. I don't even want to know what else I put in there. I'm gonna have to rewatch it and see what flavors I put in there. But yeah, fucking rank.
That's actually made me think. I've always wondered what show follows Expo, and if when they set up, do they go in there going, smells weird in here?
Do you want to know something interesting about the NEC?
Go on.
They can vent that place in under a minute.
What?
Yeah, basically, I did a lot. It's the same at the XL. I did a lot of corporate audio work at the XL, and we had to do a lot of fire training before we could work in the building. So they said, here are your fire exits. This is what we can do. If there's a fire, they can empty the entire hall of smoke in under a minute.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane. The extraction systems that look kind of unassuming up in the things, they just suck air out. Like, it's insane.
So why don't they do that? Because it gets so foggy at an expo. Why don't they just go and get rid of it all?
You ever stood next to a jet plane taking off?
Oh, it's like that, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking, Cass, your concoction.
Mm-hmm.
What you could have done was bottled that, got £1 million advertising budget, and sold it.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have £1 million?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Money makes money. Get yourself £1 million, and you could sell your shit to anyone.
Put it this way: if I got £1 million, that would not be the first thing I'd do with it.
Dinner ladies is a good example.
I wasn't avoiding that.
I think Mark was trying to avoid the lawsuit with that one. So we're gonna have to edit that bit out now later. Oh, man.
Oh, I didn't
editing
realize how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, before we went live, me and Ian were talking about how we're actually going to turn this into a Radio 4 style show where we talk into the microphone very quietly and very softly with BBC voices, and we can put all the lawsuit stuff in there.
Yes, we will try and talk with our received pronunciation, and yes, all opinions are that of the reviewers themselves and not actually of Vape Talk UK.
There we
Bollocks.
go.
It's what we're all thinking. We're just having the bollocks to say it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Does this come under journalism?
Yes.
Yeah, so we can say what the fuck we like.
Unless it's blatantly untrue.
Look
Or can you get away with that as well?
what the Daily Mail have done for the last 100 years.
Oh, well, yeah, this is true.
So I don't know.
We never found out what Mr. Dolan's vaping on.
No, we didn't. We haven't asked you, Mark.
Me, all I've got is one setup, Berserker, the V-God Trick Life, 12 milligram mint.
I like the fact you've got a V-God Trick Life mod and you've got it with a mouth to lung setup.
You know what I mean? I could do like bear tricks, fam. Bear trick you want.
You know, when that was a limited edition and they made like
jelly
50
bean.
of them.
I know.
Limited edition V-God competition style mod with a berserker on the top. I could just imagine the designer going,
That is exactly what I had in mind as I designed that and put it together.
Well, when they were hyped up and everyone wanted the white one with the V-God logo on the side, mate of mine sold his for £1,200 on eBay.
what?
I was offered daft money for mine, but I've always had a thing where if I'm given something as a gift, I'll keep it.
Yeah,
And
100%.
that was very kindly given to me by Ben Salona at Vape Expo, I wouldn't say 2014, 15, whatever year it was. And okay, it's not been in my rotation until recently, but yeah. It's not.
Is that what they actually sell for? Over £1,000?
They did. You'll be lucky to get 20 quid for one now.
I'll have a look on eBay quick.
You know, we were talking about the sub tank a minute ago.
Yeah.
A mate of mine's just sent me the picture of his sub tank, and he managed to get. I see he managed to get a glass thing for it.
I used to have a bell cap for mine, and that was back in 2015.
There we go.
You can buy them on eBay, I think.
Bell caps were the thing. I remember
Does Trinity
those.
glass still exist?
Don't know.
Is the what, sorry?
Is it Trinity? Trinity Glass make them, don't they? They make bell caps for everything.
I think they made them for the Kennedy and the original Goon and things like that. I think.
Yeah, I
The
did.
kind of drip tip was all one piece with the.
Giant airflow.
Who's the Canadian company that does bell caps? I know they're.
Otis.
Yes, there you go. Still does. I know he still does bell caps because he used to do the bell caps for K-Funs and things donkeys ago.
I did have a bell cap for a dot mod.
Who was that you came up with?
Is it Otis?
Otis. Because there's what was I thinking of? Because steam tuners do quite a few caps, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Steam tuners.
That's what I'm using just now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is Munn
Polished
still
high
going?
heaven.
Is Munn still going?
Oh, I think so.
Christian and Michael.
Munn's caps. Yeah.
They're still making stuff, but what they do is they just do a poll on the group,
Facebook group. Yeah.
and whatever wins the poll, they normally just do a run of whatever wins it. So
Yeah. I was after I saw they'd done an Entheon cap, and they'd done a load of them, and then it never even got in like the top 3 in the polls. I think it was just me voting for an Entheon cap.
there's my old bell cap there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the old Vapor Shark DNA.
Oh. yeah, no, can see that.
2015.
I had a bell cap for my Typhon GT.
Nice.
Yeah, those are nice. Like
Spent hours polishing it with Brasso, trying to stop it being frosty and make it look shiny.
Amazing. Have any of you guys ever had like tank cracking juices, like cinnamons and aniseeds and stuff?
I've had the juices. I haven't had a tank crack. I had a menthol that was supposedly supposed to. It was a Heisenberg thing that was supposed to. It got a warning on the bottle saying, "Don't use this in plastic tanks."
What's this thing that I've seen going around lately of this cola menthol from? I think it's maybe Dark Star, possibly. That's killing everybody's tanks. It's making them go cloudy and then cracking the glass.
I haven't come across that one. I don't know. I've missed this.
I've seen it on a few groups, and people are like, "Oh, is this going to ruin my tank?" And then they buy it, and then they go, "Yep, it ruined my tank."
Okay, I suppose it depends on the. Again, it depends on the tank and what it's made from. If you've got a glass tank, you got glass or Pyrex. You got no problems whatsoever.
But the amount of drip tips
I think it's PMMA that's the one that's bad for cracking.
Yeah.
Okay.
For this one, I've got this tank's acrylic, like flame polished acrylic, but this is a heavy menthol that's in it, and I've never had any issues with it yet. Like,
fair enough.
Yeah, I've never had a tank go.
No.
I've heard of people. I've heard stories of people who's been vaping and their tank has just shattered. But I have this feeling that these are urban vape myths. Because it's always a friend of a friend, isn't it?
Oh, of course it is. It's always a friend
I've
of a
known
friend.
of tanks. I've known of tanks to literally just blow.
Yeah. I have had tanks that have done that, just completely shattered. It usually has involved me cleaning it and dropping it into the sink at the time.
I've done that so many times.
I did that not 2 days ago, but fortunately, I found out why the SMM tank comes with 2 spare glasses.
Brilliant.
Because idiots like me drop them in the sink.
All right, it's something I've seen a lot more of lately, and I want to get your opinion on it. I've seen a lot of things like, I think it's like the Frostbox and the Suicide mods and all of this that seem to be unlimitedly customizable, and they're charging high amounts of money for them. Do you think that they're worth the money for all of these crazy copyright destroying designs that are then being sold?
And the next one.
I think this. We've done this topic a number of times, and obviously there are, like you say, death-defying.
It's interesting because I mean, some I know some high-end, handmade one-offs. It seems to be okay to have a Star Wars logo or a cartoon character or something like that. It's interesting. If it's a one-off handmade, it seems to be okay. If it's kind of mass-produced and has got something on it, then it's, I don't know. It is a difficult one, isn't it?
I'm going to go out there and say, whilst I don't think it's okay,
how many mods do you see with stormtroopers on them?
Too many.
Well, you go back to the Avid Life days, you go back to some of the Ables, you go back to some of the rig mods, they were all mastered in them. And they did it back then, so why not now?
But this is the reason I mention it, is because I'm on, I must say, 40 or 50 vape groups now, and every other post is one of these mods. And it's not just the 3D printed ones. We're talking ones where people have been able to laser etch on the side or hydro dip designs on the side or whatever it is. And mods, the boxes are becoming like this, right? They're getting ridiculous. They're plastered with all these crazy shit. Do you think that's to distract from the fact it might actually be a crappy mod? Or do you think, because I've seen, I don't know who it is. Who is it? It might just be like an independent bloke, but he's coming out with some what are very pretty mods. But the thing is that the mod itself, there's no mention of how good it is. It's purely on the design basis. Now, is that how you buy a mod based on the design or how good it is?
Unfortunately, some people are buying mods just because they look good. It's all over stature.
Vicious Ant are just about to release a Joker mod with Joker on it.
Yeah.
Is that DC authorized? It might be. Don't get me wrong. It might be.
I mean, Primark are DC authorized, so
you know, it's
Those Vicious Ant things are ghastly.
Vicious Ant have been ghastly from the get-go, though, haven't they?
Yeah. There's not my cup of tea.
they've been expensive from the get-go.
I remember one called the Vicious Ant Valkyrie, and it was a quad post RDA that was a hybrid, and I think you can still see it on UK e-cig store. Yeah, UK e-cig store, and it's still like £299, or at least at one point it was.
Bargain.
Yeah. But then UK e-cig store do a thing, or I don't know if they still do it. They used to do a thing where they would have loads and loads of products on their website that they never had in stock, so that they would appear higher up in the rankings.
We've all been guilty of that.
Oh yeah.
I've got a Vicious Ant drip tip that I bought for a £5 that had been reduced from something stupid like $29.99 or something. Although to be fair, I'm not 100% sure on how authentic it is. It's got VA on the side. It's got the Vicious Ant logo on the side. Oh no, yeah, I don't know whether it's authentic or not.
There you go. David's just said the Joker's on a pack of playing cards. No IP issue.
Yeah, but the Joker doesn't look like brain. Oh, who played the Joker?
Heath Ledger.
That's the one.
Oh my god, have you seen who the new Joker is?
Oh, what? Not the chap who was in.
It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Hello?
Joaquin Phoenix. He was in Signs. The guy with the cleft palate.
In Signs. Blimey, that's going back a bit.
Yeah, Mel Gibson's brother in the film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, who then disappeared to go and have a rap career. He's the new Joker in the Joker origin story, and he looks mean.
I wondered whether it was what's his name who was in flipping heck. My brain has just gone tonight.
River Phoenix's brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. But
that last film that had Joker at the beginning and the end and not in the middle and had got.
Oh, you're thinking of Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Thank you. There you go. That's what my brain was completely not working on.
That's ironic.
I'm getting old.
Oh dear.
That's twice in one show that my brain has just completely not functioned. Yeah, thanks, Badger. Suicide Squad. Yeah, bit late, but you know. Cheers.
You remember, he's like, if you take into account internet connection, these guys are probably about 8 minutes behind us.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's okay. Fair enough. I'll let him off.
Oh dear. But no, I'm seeing some interesting mods come on the market. I've seen some scary mods come on the market. There's that. Have you seen that Bare Bones mod? It's basically a copper strip that runs around an 18650 battery with a 510 connection in.
No, really?
Yeah, I'm sure Chris has had his out on the show before, and his mod.
Because the guy that makes them, he runs a group called, I think it's called Affordable Mods. He makes really, really nice wooden box mods for not a lot of money.
The affordable mods are great.
Yeah, but this Bare Bones one scared the shit out of me.
Right, we've got to get you on just for sheer entertainment value. Just watching you be paranoid on removing your head while using it.
Is it worth the 20 quid to lose my head though? Because I think that's what they cost. I think they're like 20 quid plus postage. So,
all right, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I
At
see
least
how
it'll keep your hands warm in the winter time.
brilliant. Oh, what was I looking at the other day? It might have been a few weeks. This might be a few weeks out of date. This news. Let me just bear with me a second, because I think I dogged IVG in on it again.
Now what have you done?
Well, IVG released a fairly recent post that was still using their intellectual property.
Oh yeah.
So I tweeted it to millions. Because I'm that kind of guy.
Good for you.
I come trying to find the post. Yeah, so the post they came out with is actually on the 14th of September, so just before I went away. Millions is a brand name and the intellectual property of Golden Casket. Our brand has been used without consent within the vaping industry. Please note that the Millions brand has not and will not endorse any vaping products. We are a proud family-run business. We will not tolerate third parties making a misrepresentation to the public, which we consider to be misleading. We have instructed solicitors who are now dealing with the infringing activities of the operators of IVG Premium Liquids. That was the last they said about it. And this is separate to the original faff that went on.
I didn't quite realize how big IVG was. Monstrously big, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of dinner lady big, isn't it? Because dinner ladies over in the States, I until I saw a post from the States where they're going, oh, we've just got this brand new line in our I can't do an American accent, in our vape store. And it was all IVG, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? Is I don't know who it was, so I can't name names, or I won't name names simply because I can't. There was this big thing about someone selling out to IVG by like doing a collaboration with them or some sale or something, and people just tore this bloke to shreds. And I don't know who it was. I don't really know all the names of the people involved, so I can't say. But it was just really interesting to see that someone that like it was that week that we did that episode on IVG that when it all came out, and then like the day after, IVG released a statement saying that they'd sorted it, and then Millions tweet came out saying no, we haven't. What's going on?
And they deleted it.
And then someone else came out saying, oh, this person's sold out. I can't believe they've done this, blah, 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 blah. When it actually had nothing to do with Million Sweets. It was all about this bloke, who I don't know who he was, and IVG, and I don't really understand what was going on there, but...
No, I missed that one.
Let's have a little gander on the old IVG page, because...
Don't look on the IVG page. They'll have deleted anything that is particularly of interest to us.
Okay, well, the first thing is, in their header thing, it says, because sweets are our thing. Now, on the left, you've got IVG pops, and on the right, you have got IVG sweets. In the middle, it says bubblegum, blackcurrant, spearmint, and strawberry.
No Millions?
No Millions.
Ooh, they did say they were going to do that on their post that got removed. They were going to rebrand. It wouldn't say Millions, and because they said, oh yeah, if you've currently got anything with Millions in the brand label on the label, it's fine. Old stock, feel free to sell it. But our new ones will not contain Millions on the label. That was the post that got removed.
Yeah, but on looking at their header now, that's all gone.
Hey, I'm gonna have to have a look now.
Yeah,
just because they've updated my Hangout, my Google Chrome. It looks weird.
Doesn't it look strange?
It looks way too much like the internet version, because
if you full screen YouTube or Netflix, it goes into its own app. It looks like it's its own app now. It's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Full screen Google or Netflix. It just goes. Okay, I'll have to try that. New tab, Google, full screen. No, okay. I'll try Netflix.
We're just going off topic here a little
Yeah,
bit.
we're going so off topic. It's fine. IVG. Well, oh man, I just clicked on my search, and the second one down is IVG. It makes it look like I'm like.
I typed in the letter I, and IVG Premium Liquids came up, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, we've obviously been doing a lot of. Oh yeah, they have. It's gone. It's just the flavors.
So we can definitively say that Vape Talk UK is the reason for this being a success. And we've won. Taking the full credit for that there.
Yeah, definitely take the full credit for this because obviously we yeah, it's all down to us. We're amazing.
Have you heard about Purge mods going full ham about sending out cease and desists?
Purge? No, what have they been doing?
Sending out cease and desists to every clone maker and seller.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about this, Mark?
Nah, I haven't heard of anything about that.
Well, there's one particular group who doesn't need to be named, who I know bore quite a big brunt from it. But I think it coincided basically with the IVG thing. So maybe they saw off the back of the whole IVG thing that they could do the same, and they went after cloners. But they also then released a mod off the back of that. So we'll see.
No, I can't blame them. I mean, there is quite a few Purge mods that aren't made by Purge.
Yeah.
Where are the Purge mods made about?
I don't know. Where are Purge mods made? Are they?
I think they're American.
I was going to say, I thought they're American. Are they American made, or are they these wonderful ones that are made in China and shipped back again?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you.
Because I know there were a lot of Chinese companies that people go, here, make this for me. China makes the run of 500,000 that the customer has asked for. Then they make another 500,000 and sell them as clones.
Thing is, there's no shame in asking a Chinese company to manufacture things for you because it's simply cheaper.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a good quality. It brings your costs down, and you can do much higher volume. Your money goes further as a either an independent or a mainstream manufacturer. Your money just goes further. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's not worth the dignity of being able to say, yes, this is handmade here, to then actually make a fraction of the product you could have otherwise made.
It's just the way it is. It was what was. I remember someone saying it's cheaper to ship potatoes to China, get them to wash it, and then send them back again.
Yeah.
Than it is to wash your potatoes here.
I mean,
what?
Mad thing. A few years ago, when Apple launched their Mac Pro was always like a big silver tower, and then they released like a big cylindrical thing, right? Well, the black cylinder thing. Well, their big tagline was "Made in America," right?
Yeah.
It was all made there. Blah 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 blah. My dad, who's actually a web designer, ordered one of these, and someone's just said, just check the bare bones mod mention, no different to a metal tube mod. Fair enough. Anyway, he ordered one of these, and he looked at his tracking, and it started in China. And he was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Because apparently it was made in America. So if it was made in America, shouldn't it ship from America?
You would have thought.
Yeah, so he went to China. Anyway, he contacted Apple. They gave him no reply. So he went to the Advertising Standards Agency and said, this product that I've just bought says it's made in America, but there's nothing in here where it's ever even been to America. So the Advertising Standards Agency said, leave it with us. We'll get back to you. They then sent him an email about 3 or 4 days later saying, we fixed the issue. Look on the Apple website. It then said, designed in America.
Right.
They changed it fairly quickly because it wasn't made in America. It was designed in the States, granted, but it was manufactured in China along with the rest of Apple's products.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one of the guys there's a guy who's in quite a lot of these groups. I probably shouldn't say too much. He's been over to the top secret Apple facility in China. He I think he designs or manufactures the machines that make the chips for them.
Okay.
Highly proper top secret place. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool.
Is that the place where they put the nets on all the buildings so people didn't jump out of them?
I'm not sure about that. Like,
There we go. No, wait a sec.
By the way, is that the bare bones mod that you were looking at?
Yeah.
That is actually a scary looking thing. It literally is some copper wire, some copper plate, and a 510. That is mental.
I mean, that's a showpiece, granted, but it's not my all-day vape.
No, I can. Yeah. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. If you know what you're doing, it's as safe as a tube.
Of course it is, yeah.
But it certainly looks scary.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going anywhere near a pocket, put it that way.
Yeah.
No.
I think Badger in chat was saying that those Pudge mods are they're all done in house in Orlando.
Oh, what, Florida?
Oh, okay.
Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see where people make it. I actually had someone in my shop a couple of months back, and she said, "Where do your products come from?" And I said, "Well, they come from the UK. They come from America." And she goes, "I hope you haven't got any of that Chinese crap in your shop." Before I could say China, right? And I went, "No, not at all." She was like, "Because all that same shit on the market." And she held up a bottle of juice, right? I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And it was a bottle of juice that was being sold on the market, quite a good juice. We sold it as well, so I stood in front of it.
You just covered the bottle on the shelf behind you.
And she was like, "So where's my device made?" And I went, "It's made in China." And she was like, oh, and I said, "So's your phone, and the headphones in your ears, and the car you're driving, and probably most of the items in your house." And the look on her face was amazing.
Awesome.
But it still has this connotation that if it's made in China, it's bad, and that's not true at all.
It's like the most things have got "made in China" stamped on the bottom, or "made in Taiwan." That was the one that a few years back, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's Taiwanese.
I'm gonna sneeze. It's gonna be terrible.
Press the mute button. Mute button. Okay.
It's gone.
All right.
It's a naked squonk. It's not a squonk. It's just a
yeah.
mech.
There's no bottle, is there?
Can you imagine that though? A bare bones squonk.
How would that? You'd kind of be. You'd have. You need a wire or something just to the battery and a bottle somewhere else with just tube. That's it. The tube going to the 510.
I did see a picture on Facebook a couple of days ago, and this dude had literally electrical taped a battery to the bottom of his tank, and then had a wire that he just joined together when he wanted to vape.
Yeah, I have seen videos along those lines and gone, no.
Yeah.
Some of these people would be dangerous in a field with a cardboard box.
Yeah.
What's amazing is these people drive, they cook, they have control of fire.
Yeah, I am more worried about the fact that they could be in a car on a road heading towards me down a country lane.
Yeah. What other interesting things have I found lately? I've seen quite a lot, because when you're sat on a beach in the sun and you've got your phone and a little bit of Facebook and you're having a look and you see a lot of interesting things. And I'm trying to. It's like when someone says name your favorite song and you forget every song ever written.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or someone tries to remember the name of that Suicide Squad film and it just doesn't come.
It's gone from your mind. Right. So, what has the chat seen this week that has blown their mind?
So we've now got to fill for 2 or 3 minutes while we wait for chat to catch up.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. A friend of mine pulled out the other day an old Wismec mech. All right, this thing's like 22 mil, horrible button, but it's got a super shallow RDA on top of it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a lot like the Derringer.
Made by Wismec.
Made by Wismec. Single top piece cap, drip tip, the works. Got 4 or 5 air holes in either side, single coil. Fucking brilliant little thing. The mech is a pile of trash, but the RDA is like a Wismec version of the Derringer. And it's brilliant.
Is that not the one that comes, is it not called the Tabino or something?
No, it's not that new. I think he's watching, so he'll probably text me in a minute going, it's called this. The mech's called the Skylodon.
You might as well just have asked him to text you, because just text Kaz, tell him what it is. That'd be great.
Yeah, the mech's called the Skylodon. So I'm gonna say that the RDA is also called that, but we'll see. Hey up the new Goon RDA, the Goon 25. I can just hear someone's clock ticking.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, so we've got the Goon 25, John has said. 10 PCBs made to order for $2. There we go. Chandler's left us.
No, I haven't. I just blew my nose. I just didn't think you actually really needed to see that.
No, fair enough. Bambino. The
new Goon idea. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a bit of Google for Goon.
Mark sent me a picture earlier, but I didn't really look too much into it. So let's. Right, what's different?
Is it that one? No, that's an old Goon.
Old Goon.
I thought I would, if I put Goon 25, I thought the first thing that would come up in images would be a fancy new Goon. But no.
No,
I know. It's
No.
like, what? In fact, the first image that comes to mind, that comes in Google, hang on, is, let me just...
See, I wasn't a massive fan of the Goon 1.5.
There you go. The first image that came up is a Kennedy 25.
Amazing.
How does that work? I'm like,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the new Goon 25 will taste exactly the same as the original Goon, and the one between that, and probably the same as most other cloudy eyes.
See, I'd say they should try a low-profile, tighter airflow RDA, but they already did. And it wasn't great.
I'm looking in my I'm looking in the searches, and I've got the Goon Show Wikipedia. Hello, my captain. Yeah. Yeah. Strangely, not coming up. Perhaps if I put RDA in there, that might bring something up better.
I think David Salisbury in the chat is, if I'm not wrong, he's referring to the bare bones. I tried that a few years ago to prove to a Google Plus group, dropped it, threw it around, vaped it at low ohms. Yes, I drive. I also work in the electrical industry for a very long time. The tape and battery trick. Oh, he's talking about the tape and battery trick. Fair enough.
The tape and battery trick, which is you tape up a battery and
attach it to the bottom of your mod, RDA or whatever it is, and have a little bit of a electrical wire.
It's like putting it's like wiring up an LED inside your dual coil,
which is amazing. There's actually who was this just released a coil? Smok have just released one of their coils with an LED in it.
Oh God!
Yep.
Please no.
And now they've released rainbow heat treated coils.
Because it's almost a bit like that with fancy coils anyway. No bugger ever sees the coil except you when you build it. You build it, pop it in, put the top cap on. No one ever sees your coils. And they're so damn small, even if you've got a glass bell cap or something like that. No one, unless they're getting so close as to be invading your personal space, is going to know that you've got an amazing flattened alien tiger thing in it.
But the best thing about bell caps is you have one puff and it's just all condensed, like you got condensation all over it anyway.
All over the inside, and it just goes opaque and frosty. It's like pointless. I do like my Claptons and my fancy coils, but I like it for the vape I get, not the hey, look at the coil I've got.
Yeah, I mean don't get me wrong, I like a good coil, but I don't really understand coil art. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of it's very impressive, but I don't understand the reason for it.
I understand coil art. It looks great, but the amount of times I see a fancy coil art coil and go, that is awesome. That's taken some real skill to make that. How do you wick it?
I've got one to show you actually. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Nuts.
I wonder why Mark left, by the way. I know he left a while ago, and I did notice he'd gone. I wonder why he left.
He just kind of did disappear.
He just left.
So yeah, I like the way that they mentioned the new Goon RDA in chat, and I know very little about the new Goon RDA. I'm going to see if I can find that picture that Mark sent us.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have a look there as well.
Except I'm going to.
Oh, okay, so it's basically Allen key posts, rounded edge posts, which look quite tasty, and you've got more coil space. Although they've put in one of these completely unvapable coils in that picture.
Yeah, I'm trying to edit out the bit in the middle, the red
Take
bit.
the size of this coil.
Okay, hang on. I've got to look now.
Wait a sec. I'm just going to
Whoa,
lock you in.
it's green. Hang on, I'm full screening. I'm full screening.
That's amazing.
That is green.
It's actually the inner is dual. I'm not sure of the gauges, but it's red wire inside, Clapton with the green. It's actually an alien.
All right, cool.
It's pretty cool though.
Have you
It's
tried
massive.
using it?
That's it next to a 350 battery.
That is huge.
I'll probably fit in the new Goon 25.
Oh man.
I'll put a picture on the group later on. It's pretty smart actually.
Has anyone tried one of these? I think it's called the vape. It's not Vaporesso. It might be Vaporesso. The Titan mod. It's like a 30 mil capacity tank.
30 mil. That is nuts.
I think it's. Let me see if I can find it, and then I will share. Oh no, it might be Steam Crave. Right, I'm gonna bring up a picture, and then. Okay, bear with me just one momento.
Yeah.
Whilst we.
I'll do a little dance.
Share this. So. That.
Oh my god! Yes, that's the aromatizer.
And I think, yeah, aromamizer. Yes, it. So.
Yeah. It's a little on the bunker's side, hasn't it? Got something stupid like it's like a TFV12. It's got like 12 or 24 or some vertical coils inside there or something.
Let's see if we can find a picture of the deck.
Is it a rebuildable thing?
Yeah, so it looks like, and you can actually add bits of deck to it. So, there we go.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see my mouse here, but you've obviously got the original deck here.
Oh, you got the holes in the bottom, and you can screw that bit.
That top bit can screw in there.
Or you can take that out and just have drop-in punchless deck.
The thing is, how much cotton have you got to fill up all of this space here?
But it's also got clamps on the left. Can you see those? Are those clamps?
I think they hold the deck in.
Oh, are they holding the deck in? Because they look like post clamps. You could use them as coil clamps. But maybe they've got huge, great big grub screws in there. Though.
Look where my mouse is. Can you see that that's milled into the deck?
Oh.
It's one of the most stupid things.
Okay. It does look a little nuts.
But this is how they get around the TPD.
Right. No. How do they get around the TPD?
Look, you've got the rebuildable dripping nature.
Okay.
And then we're just going to sell you some fuck off glass to go with it.
Okay. So basically, you just buy it as a dripping atomizer, ergo no tank, therefore TPD, fully TPD compliant.
Indeed.
But you can buy can buy some ridiculously stupid sized glass to go on the top if you want to, and a chimney.
Look at this number here. When it's fully extended, that is 70 mil tall.
Keith in chat was saying that some of the posts are for series. So I'm guessing if you want to put a wide coil in it, if you've got a series mode, the posts will be further apart.
I think, but the trouble is, I think it's a case of you can't sell now, though, TPD wise, you can't sell anything that's going to make, if it's intended to make.
You can't sell it in the same box.
A tank. Well, you can't sell it in the same box, but you can't sell something that is intended to make your original product more than 2 mil
without registration.
Because if you do that, they are likely. This is from discussing something with modders who used to do things like extension tubes and whatnot. They can't sell them. If they get caught selling them, they are likely to lose their registration for the original product and then not able to sell a TPD version of the original product.
Now, the way I saw it is that, yes, you're right, but isn't there that thing where everyone gets an e-cig number straight off the bat? You register for it, you get your e-cig number. Until it fails the testing, you can sell it. Does that make sense?
Really? Yeah.
As long as it's within the bounds of the TPD. So
yeah, because it's things like, because I know the Serpent SMM that I've got, the SMM, that is a 4 mil tank, and they made it TPD compliant by selling it with a rubber bung inside that reduced the tank capacity down to 2 mil.
Well, that's TPD non-compliant because you can take the rubber bung out.
Yeah, you can't do that now, which is why I can't buy another bloody SMM because nowhere sells them anymore.
But do you know what other tank is being sold that comes under that same category as the nunchaku tank? That comes with a big white rubber bung in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about as TPD compliant as.
I mean, you have to rip the rubber bung to get it out. Like, you have to break it. Like, once it's out, it's out. It's not going back in because you have to tear it to get it out.
Right.
Yeah, that is, I guess, under the same thing. The Titan mod looks awesome. Got one on the way. Can you let us know what it's like? Because I would be very intrigued to know.
That huge big thing.
Yes.
Mind you, do you know what I will be ordering next payday?
Pizza.
Well, yeah, to be fair, pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can get one of these up. Talking about TPD compliance. Oh, great. I've got to put my date of birth to get in there. Let's, I was born in 85 on the 5th of the 14th. How does that work?
Oh, good. Have you ever just hit no and seen where it takes you?
Yeah, and occasionally, I can't remember which site, but one site took me to the Disney homepage.
Amazing.
Which was mildly amusing. So right, let me share my screen because I want your opinion on these, because these are, come on, screen share. Let me do it. There's a little image that says screen share that is in the way of. Oh, is it doing it?
No.
No. Okay, now it's doing it.
Yep.
Aha!
Oh, the Pharaoh.
Ah, yeah, but that's. Have you seen what's? Can I get that to just stay there? Can you see what's round the Pharaoh? It's not the Pharaoh that I'm wanting. It's this thing.
No, what is that?
Can you not? The
glass.
The glass. Yeah, this is Ink Daddy. They do ADV kits. They call them all-day vape kits. And basically, let me find one. Say for what the Serpent SMM looks like.
Yeah.
Or just pick one of these. Any
just make exploded kits then. So
basically. So there you go. There's the SMM tank.
Yeah.
So click. Come on. There we go. So there you are. There's the all-day vape kit, and can you see what it's done to it? So that expands the capacity to a whacking great big 10 mil.
That's disgusting.
So it looks absolutely horrendous, but it makes your tank capacity. And to be fair, they have used the wonderful rainbow finish one to advertise it, but there's no accounting for taste, is there?
No, true. So this is why I love my Petri RTA, the 24 mil, because I think it's 4.5 mil capacity. And actually, although it chugs juice, I do get a lot longer out of it than, say, any of my other tanks.
Yeah.
You know, and that was non-compliant. I managed to order that I got that about 3 weeks before the compliancy came in.
Yeah, so that's obviously about as TPD compliant as you can get. Something that because they make the steel rings that literally all you do is you take the glass out and you put these rings fit where the glass went, and then it's got extends the tank to the bigger glass. Literally just slots in where the original glass went. Which I think is a genius idea, but like you say, it makes it look absolutely bonkers,
horrendous.
It looks horrendous, but I've seen posts on Instagram and what have you from people in the States who have got these tank extensions, and I actually thought it was I thought it actually was a specific ATI. I didn't realize that they did all of these different conversion kits for all of these different ATIs.
Well, do you remember the Kanga Aero Tank Mega?
I remember the Aero Tank, and I can't.
The Mega was basically a big version of it, right?
Yeah.
In the box came a beauty ring to put it on an Ego pen. Right, it's a 1.8 ohm Kanga dual coil that goes inside it. Standard, works perfectly on an Ego pen, with this massive tank and a huge ass beauty ring. That's what that reminds me of.
Okay.
Yeah.
A huge ass beauty ring.
A huge ass beauty ring. I mean, it didn't do anything other than provide a bit of support, but it was hilarious. If that was before people would put that sort of stuff on box mods, it was just like, oh, we'll just make the tank bigger and make this beauty ring. So,
well, it all started with the effectively it was the. Do you remember the the cartomizers, the metal tubes that had got cotton and your coil stuff down the inside?
Punch them out.
And you basically drilled a hole in it, and then you've got a glass. You've got a glass that you put around the outside, and you filled that up with your juice, and it went through the hole. That was how tanks started. That is how modding started. Modding started by you modded your atomizer, not the. It wasn't the batteries. It wasn't what we call a mod now. The modding bit was everybody modded their ATIs so that you could have a tank round it.
Here's an interesting piece of knowledge. If you take one of those old atomizers, pull all the gubbins out, you've suddenly got yourself a very long 510 drip tip. Just there we go. Do with that what you will.
With the 510 fitting on the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think we're almost slowly crawling towards the end.
I think we have actually, in fact, waffled completely for nearly 2 hours.
We've managed it. So unless I was going to say something. No, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's out of my head. It's been one of those nights, to be fair. I mean, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. I was flying at 8 o'clock this morning. So it's been a long day. Yeah, there we go. What I'm going to say is thank you so much to Mark for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me.
Please come back again soon. I feel like I'm taking this weird role as like temporary Dolan.
Yeah, you need to run your fingers through your beard like that. Yeah, you need to have a 4-finger groove through your beard, and then it's spot on.
No, it's spot on. But no, cheers, Mark, for having. I know you joined us very, very last minute. We were in fact literally about to go press live, and bam, Mark appeared. So thanks for coming along.
That's all
because I've really enjoyed that. And yeah, I think. Yeah. So I don't have the links to hand, but if you're not already a part of the Vape Talk UK group on Facebook, go over there and hit that up, because that's where a lot of the conversations do happen. I don't think we're going to be doing a after show tonight, are we? Probably not.
No, I've got I'm early shift in the morning, so I'm going.
Yeah, no, I'm going at the end of this. But, thank you guys for watching us. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe, because we do this every Tuesday without fail, as you can see, from 8 till 10. Nothing.
8-ish. We were relatively on time today.
Yeah. This is before I came along, and I'm making it happen 8 till 10. So 8 till 10-ish. Yeah, and thank you, Keith, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for watching and commenting, and bring your friends next time. There we go. Yeah, Badger. There we go. Thank you, Badger. Put in the links in the group.
We can always count on Badge for coming up and sorting stuff out and links in chat. Thanks, Badge.
Why is he never on the show?
Good question.
Right, there we go. We're changing that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I suppose we will see you next week around this time. Don't know who's going to be here. I will be here.
We probably won't know till Tuesday.
No.
That's usually how it goes.
But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next week. I would have an outro, but I don't.
We didn't. Yeah, apologies for not having an intro at the beginning, and looking like we were consummate professionals. But yeah, we found out it was me and it was just me, Kaz, and Markski. I found that out at like 7:15.
Yeah. So, hey, cheers, Badge. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. We shall end this show here, and we will see you guys next week. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, go to the Facebook group and put it there.
Yeah, and we'll have a random discussion about God knows what next week.
Indeed. And maybe we'll see Mark and Chris JB.
Yeah, hopefully so. So we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
This is where you turn it off.